Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Sports Trading BTC auction call. We're going to be talking about our auctions here today. Very excited, very excited to have this conversation. So as you're jumping on here today, I want you to know, I want this to be an interactive call. If you don't leave here today fully understanding, what the potentials of these auctions are and fully understand what it's about, then I haven't done my job. So as you are coming in here today, I want to make sure that you tell me where you're calling in from. So wherever you're logging in from, just give me the city and or state or whatever you'd like to do of where you are logging in from. Just right there on the chat. All right, Carlsbad, California, Lake Tahoe, welcome. Who else we got on the call today? Where are you calling in from? I see a bunch of there. Toronto, Portugal. Welcome, country of football. I like that, Bruno. London, Ontario, Canada. Hopefully we will see you in Toronto, another London, Ontario. Oregon, welcome from Oregon. Las Vegas. Well, if you're just joining us, I do want to welcome you to the call. Manchester, UK, welcome from the UK. Another UK, welcome from the UK. This must be a good time for the UK. Timbuktu, I like that. Good one, Gary. All right, well, folks, I do want to welcome you here today. My name is James Ward. I am the owner and CEO or president, whatever you'd like to call me, of Sports Trading BTC, which will be changing the name really soon, but that's what we're going to go with for here today. The point of this call here is to basically explain what these auctions are all about, what all the buzz is about, the excitement behind it, and most importantly, show you how to use it, right? There's a lot of you that are excited about it, but you may not fully understand it. So my goal here today is to show you exactly how you can use the auctions, how you have the potential of winning the auctions, and how you can do a few different things that will help you, increase your chances of being able to win these auctions. And if you haven't seen them, that's okay. We're actually going to be able to log into a back office here in a second, and I'm going to walk you all the way through it. But if you don't hear anything else today, I hope that you hear this. These auctions are ending tomorrow. So in 24 hours, so I guess at this exact time tomorrow is when the countdown clock gets to 0. And I'm going to show you how that doesn't necessarily end the auction, but it will end the auction if someone's not bidding on it. Okay, so you have basically 24 hours here. I thought it was important for me to come out and share this with you. But I need your commitment here today before I even share the screen with you. Can I get the commitment that you will give me some feedback today, right? That this can be an interactive call, because here's the deal. If you have a question and you don't get it answered, it can't be on me. It has to be on you. So if everybody's willing to participate today to help me to make this an awesome call so we can record this, send it out to people, so by tomorrow they have a chance to win some of these auctions as well, give me a number one. Just give me a number one. Let's see what type of participation we're going to get here. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Well, good deal. That's about all I need to get rolling here. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to log into a back office here. And give me 1 second. Actually, I am going to log into a back office, but give me just a minute. Okay, give me just a minute here. I'm sorry. You know me in this Zoom, we have issues sometimes, but we're going to make it happen today. So don't get too caught up in it. We're going to make it happen. Okay, can everybody see back office right now? If you can give me a number 2 that you can see the back office, that would be great. I'm logged into a back office right now, and you should be able to see it. Okay, awesome. Well, good deal. Well, so some of you could even be visiting for the first time. This is kind of a member call, but that's okay if you're just visiting for the first time. Some of you might be a brand new member that you've only logged into your back office a couple times. Some of you may have been with us a long time and drifted away, and now you're back because you heard about all the excitement that we're doing. I don't know what you're here for. But what I do know is my goal here today is really educate you on the newest product and service that we have, which is our auction. And the auction, in my opinion, is going to be game changing for a lot of you because, it's outside of that sports arena. I mean, I love sports, don't get me wrong. Some people definitely do not care about sports. So that will help some of you, but also it adds a whole new level of engagement as a company. All right. It allows you to have something that is fun, that's entertaining. And I've said this so many times. I mean, what we are doing here is we are turning into an entertainment company. I mean, look at all the things that we offer in regards to, even if you don't like sports. I mean, you have to admit that when we have the game of the week, if you participate, that is a form of an entertainment, right? We have the drawing pool. When we draw that name, that will be entertainment. Now we've got the auctions, which can be entertaining almost every single day. So there's a lot of excitement behind what we're doing, but there's also some misunderstanding. So I'm going to break it down for you where you can see it. So here we are in the back office right now. And what you can see here on the right is $1,500 Delta Airline gift card. Okay, this is one of the auctions, and every single time you log into your back office, you're probably going to see a different image. Okay, this is a Delta, but you might see a Bowflex, you might see an Xbox. So what we're going to do for the sake of this is I'm going to go ahead and hit View All. And when I hit View All, this is going to take us to the auction page. Now, a couple things that you need to understand about these auctions that's super important. Number one, you have to have credits in your account in order to be able to bid on this. Now, if you don't have credits, there's a lot of different ways that you can get credits. I'm going to show you here in a second, but you can get credits and add them to your back office and begin to bid on these as soon as you want to. Okay, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But before we get into the how to buy credits, I want to get into how these things actually work and why people are excited about them and what exactly we're going to be able to do. So here we go. As you can see, we have 8 different auctions that's going on right now. We're giving away a Bowflex, an Xbox, a MacBook Pro, that unbelievable refrigerator, which I think is pretty cool, Delta Airline, $1,500 gift card, the Samsung Galaxy, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and the Amazon gift card for $1,500. Now listen, I don't care who you are. I think all those things are pretty exceptional, right? Even if you can't use it, even if you personally don't want it, it might be a great holiday gift. It might be something that you resell. It's going to be completely up to you. But what we've done here is we've created a pretty cool buzz, right? Something that everybody wants to participate in. Everybody wants to have a piece of the action. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you exactly how this auction works, and I'm going to show you how to position yourself as we get into these last 24 hours, which we're currently in, to give you the best chance of winning. If you want to learn that, if you want to learn exactly how this thing works, if you want to learn how to position yourself best to be able to win one of these auctions, come tomorrow, I want you to give me a number 3. All right, awesome. So someone's saying that they can't hear me very well. Can everybody not hear me very well? Is that it maybe a specific situation? Can someone else tell me loud and clear? Okay, I've got all loud and clears. So maybe that's your computer. Maybe just turn it up a little. I'm scared if I get any louder or any closer, I'm gonna blow the doors off this thing. So I'm gonna I'll try to talk as clear as I can, but at the same time, I think it might be just your personal computer. So here we go. So another little piece of activity I need here. I'm going to pick one of these auctions to be the example. Whoever gives me the first one, that's the one I'm going to concentrate on. So just pick one of these auctions. The first one that pops up here, this is the one that we're going to do the breakdown on. Okay, Xbox, there it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here. And again, I'm located in the back office. You can click right here on Xbox. You see how that's highlighted. You can click on the image. And either one of those are going to pop up this Xbox all by itself, okay? So you could see on the last page I was on, it had all 8 of them. But when I actually click on any of the auctions, it pops up that specific auction. Now, I would tell you if there's an item that you really, really want, if that's the one that you think that you want, I would tell you to concentrate on bidding this way, okay? Because if you have 8 of them going and 8 different things going, there's nothing wrong to bid on all those. But in order for this example, I want you to blow it up so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So here we go. We've got the Xbox Scarlet. I almost said 360, but I'm sure that is way, way old. That tells you how much I know about Xboxes and a little bit about my age. But here we go. Oh, yeah, look at Gary bidding on there. Good job, Gary. I like that. So as you saw, Gary just placed a bid on this, or maybe he didn't, but he placed a bid on it at some point. And when he did that, here's what he did. He used one of his credits. So you can see I have 100 credits there. And when he bet that one credit, it raised the price 28 cents. So let me tell you all something, okay? Look at that, free from fiat. I like that. So look, we got a little battle going on right on my training. So Gary, take that. No, I'm just kidding, but that was great. Whoever just did that, I really appreciate that, because what you saw is you saw the name change from Gary to free from fiat, right? Oh, and there's Gary again. Look, we got a little battle. This is good stuff. Hey, this is a good example, but here, when Gary first bid on that, you saw it was at 28 cents, and then free from fiat bid on it, it took it to 29 cents. And then, so you guys, this is good stuff. This is a perfect example of how this auction can work, but here's the deal, okay? Each time they bid, they're bidding one of their credits. Now, what you have probably seen in the back office, we've changed basically everything to credits from tokens. Now, that might change. There might be some other changes that we have to do, some that we missed, but just know that we've went from tokens into credits, okay? So each time one of these credits are bid, it's going to raise the price 1 penny, okay? So when Gary bid right there, it went from 31 to 32. When free from fiat just bid, it went from 32 to 33. So I love this. So here's the deal. Here's what you need to understand. If this auction was to end right this very second, okay, so it ended, it goes away, what happens is whatever the price is the price that you're going to pay for this item. So look, if this, let's just say that the clock right here that says 24 hours right now, let's say that it was 0, okay? It went to 0, and these two guys, or girl and guy, I'm not sure, are bidding back and forth, okay? They're bidding back and forth. When one of them decides, hey, I've had enough, whatever the price of it is what they're going to pay. Now, here's the cool thing. It will never go over this max price, okay? The max price, as you can see, is $75. Right now, this thing is at 36 cents. Now, I will tell you, the last 5 minutes or even 30 minutes of this auction, things will get really intense. There'll be people bidding on these items because they want them, and the price will start to go up. It may or may not get to $75. I don't know. But here's what I want you to understand. It doesn't matter if it gets there or if it doesn't. Let's say it doesn't. Let's say it only gets to $15. Whoever wins this Xbox is literally going to pay $15. So I want to make sure you guys hear that. Whatever the price is, that when the very last person bids and the auction's over, whatever that price is, that's what you pay for this item. I want you to give me a number 7 if that is crystal clear, that it doesn't have to go to $75. It can go to $75, and that's the highest it's going to go. But whatever it is, it's not clear. Joel, you're saying it's not clear. Can I explain it? Okay. I don't know if you're messing with me. Rodney, not clear. Okay, let me explain it again. So look, right now the price is 38 cents, okay? Joel, I was just messing with you. I know you weren't messing with me. So the price is at 38 cents right now. Let's pretend for a second that this clock is at 0, okay? That it's going down. There's only 10 seconds left, okay? And at 10 seconds, let's say that Gary is the last one that bid on this and the price is 38 cents, okay? If that's the case, Gary is literally going to pay 38 cents for this Xbox. That's when the clock gets to 0 and no more bids are made. But here's what's going to happen, okay? This clock is going to get close to 0. Let's say it gets to 30 seconds. And people will be bidding and bidding and bidding. And every single time someone bids after the clock is expired, so hear me, when the clock gets to 0 or almost to 0 and someone bids, we reset the clock to 10 seconds. Did everybody get that? Okay, the clock is about to hit 0. Someone bid, it takes it right back to 10 seconds and it counts down there from there. If nobody bids, the auction ends. Does everybody get that? If somebody bids, it sends it right back to 10 seconds. So you can see the latter part of these auctions are where it's at. All right, 10 seconds, not 30 seconds. I misspoke the other night. It is 10 seconds. It's going to go to 10 seconds. But I'm going to show you how you can compete in this without having to sit in front of your computer. So hopefully that makes sense now. Whatever this price is when the auction ends, that's the price that you're going to pay for the item. That's number 1. Number 2, when this clock gets to 0, it's at 24 hours right now, but when it's almost at 0, it will continue to reset to 10 seconds as long as there's bids happening. So it might be at 1 second, someone places a bid, it resets to 10 seconds. Does that make sense to everybody? Just give me a Y for yes, that makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, if you have, okay, it looks like the ones that didn't understand it now understand it. So that's awesome. Maybe I was a little bit clearer that time. Because here's the deal, guys. I mean, just because this makes sense to me, it doesn't mean it'll make sense to you. So this is a great opportunity that you can ask the question if you haven't. I agree, Patrick. I agree. So let's talk about this clock, okay? Because the clock is very, very important for everybody to see. So here we are, we're on the clock. You can see that there's 24 hours and 11 minutes left. Now here's the deal. This thing's gonna tick all the way down to 0. So at basically 2 o'clock my time tomorrow, or yeah, somewhere in there, 2 o'clock my time, this thing is going to go to 0, okay? Or it's gonna attempt to go to 0. And like I said, as long as a bid is being made, even if it gets to 1 second and another bid is made, it'll pop it right back to 10 seconds. So here's what you need to understand. Here's the psychology behind it, okay? Eventually, someone's either not going to want to use their credits, or they'll get distracted, or whatever else will happen, and the bids will stop, and whoever wins, they win. So they're either going to pay the price at what the auction's at. So again, if it ended right this very second, the clock's at 0, nobody else bid, Gary would pay 38 cents for this, okay? Now the other thing is this, let's say this thing bids up and it bids all the way to $75, okay? Once it hits $75 right here, it will not go above that, okay? So what I'm telling you is the very most that anyone will pay for this, if they win it, is $75. So I want to be clear here. When the auction ends, whatever the price is, either below the max price or the max price, that's what you're going to pay for this item. Give me a number 4 if that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Perfect, awesome. I saw the question up there, will the bids be returned? No, the bids will not be returned. That would put us out of business. I know that there's a couple companies that do that in a different format, but no, the bids won't be returned. So it's a good question though, because I know where you're coming from. Okay, all right, so the second part of this, who would like this? Okay, I've already told you that when this thing gets down to 10 seconds, if someone bids, it takes it back to 10 seconds. How many of you would like to learn how to get this thing set up where you're not having to sit in front of your computer, unless you just want to be watching this thing? Now, some of you are going to be there, but how would you like to be able to have it set up to where you could be out there, you know, making sales, or you could be golfing, or, you know, doing whatever you want to do with your family? If you would like that, give me a me, M-E, give me a me. Yeah, we all love autopilot, right? All right, cool. So this is simple. It's gonna seem a little bit tricky at first, but it's so simple to do. So right here is your SNB auto bidder, okay? Auto bidder. So here's what's gonna happen. You can put the minimum price at whatever you want. The reason why this has a minimum price of 0.28 is because when I first got on this page before Gary and Free from Fiat started bidding, it was at 28 cents. So actually, if I refresh this, you can see how it went to 38 cents. Everybody see that? So it's at 38 cents right now, auction minimum price. Now, the reason why that's the minimum price is because it's not gonna go down, right? It's only gonna go up. So I'm gonna show you how to set your bidder to actually work for you when you're not there. Now, here's what I would encourage you to do, okay? You can do this. The auto bidder is only gonna work in the last 10 seconds of the auction. So I don't want you to get too caught up on this minimum price, but I do want you to get caught up on this maximum price. Did everybody hear me there? This is super important. This SNB auto bidder is only gonna work in the last 10 seconds of the auction, okay? Please tell me yes that you understand that. Give me a Y. I need you to understand this. Okay, perfect. It only works in the last 10 seconds. Now here's the reason why. Because if the bidder's working right now and we have people auto bidding on this thing, it's not gonna make a lot of sense because there's 24 hours left on this thing. We don't want you just to use your credits like uncontrollably, right? We will definitely see people continue to bid on this as we build up until tomorrow. Some people want to see their names up there. Some people definitely want to compete for it, okay? So you're going to see both of these. But the key thing is this. You want to make sure that your auto bidder is set. And here's the most important part, okay? You want to make sure it's set for $75. Now, does anyone want to answer the question on why that auction maximum price might want to be $75? Anyone want to take a shot at it before I answer it? I know you got to type it in there, so that's kind of a pain, but anyone want to guess why I changed that to $75? Right, because if it goes to the max price, I still want to be, even if I'm not sitting in front of my computer, I want to be in this game, right? So if it goes to $75, I'm cool with it because it doesn't cost me any more bids or any more credits to still be in this game, even if it goes to the max price, right? Okay, we all got it. So here's the deal. Auction minimum price, 38 cents. Auction maximum price, $75. I have 100 bids. Now listen, that could say 1,000 bids or 1,000 credits. I'm sorry, I have 100 credits. It could say 1,000 credits. It could say 50 credits. Whatever you want it to be, you get to place it. So maybe I don't want to use all my 100 credits on this one. Maybe I only want to use 30 credits on this one. Okay. Now when I do this and I go ahead and set this bidder, watch. It's going to say your auto bidder has been set. So what that means is in the last 10 seconds of this auction, it doesn't matter if it's at 39 cents or if it's at $75, I'm willing to use 30 of my bids to compete in here and try to be the last one to win this auction. Give me a number. So let me answer this question real quick from Joel, okay? So if the price was at $74.99 and I was the next bidder pushing it to 75, I would win. No. Not necessarily, Joel. That's a good question. So look, even if this thing was at $75 right now, let's say that the price had already been pushed to $75. When the clock ends, you can still bid on this thing, right? It's just a matter of how many credits you're willing to place in there, okay? So it's not a matter of necessarily being the one that got to 75 first. Because once it gets, all 75 is the max price you're going to pay for it, okay? It has really, that's the only bearing it has on this auction. It's the max price that someone's going to pay for this item. The auction can continue as long as people are bidding on it. So again, let's say that the clock is ticking down, it gets to 10 seconds, goes all the way to 2 seconds, and then boom, someone bids on it, kicks right back to 10 seconds. Then the next time the person said, forget it, I'm not bidding anymore, and Gary wins the auction. Gary would have to pay $75 or $74.99 or whatever the price is, okay? So if I pay what the credits cost me plus the max price. Right, exactly, Joel. That's right. Yeah, whatever credits you're willing to put out there to be able to participate in, that's right. How can the company afford to sell stuff so cheap, and who handles the shipping? Well, we will handle all the shipping. Most of it will be drop shipping, okay? There will be some instances, obviously, if we have international members and things like that, that will work directly with the member to get that set up. And here's the deal. You know, this is the first week for auctions. I want you to imagine having these auctions that are happening every single day for bigger items, for cooler items, and us having an entire shipping department, us having an entire auction department. That's the direction that we're going as a company. So it's a great, great question. In regards to affording it, please understand, you know, we are working with retail prices here, okay? There's profit in this model. That's how we're able to do it. There's profit in the model. Not all auctions will work in favor of the company, but most will, as long as we're picking pretty cool items. So let me ask you guys a question. So Joel, Bitcoin, let's see here. How do we tender the payment? Okay, great question. Everything is still going to be in Bitcoin from y'all's side, okay? We use US dollars just so people can visualize that, because here's the deal. If we put 0.00998 or whatever $75 equals right now, everyone's going to be trying to calculate that. So we just use dollars so you can visually see it. But everything will be handled in Bitcoin. You can even pay for your items in credits if you want to. So if you have credits already in your account, let's say you won this, you want to pay for 75. You'd be able to we'd be able to calculate that out for you. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? A credit costs 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin, so basically $1. So Jay-Z says, so if there's 1,000 people setting max bid at $75, who wins? It appears the person who uses the most credits at the max price and the last person to bid. Yeah, so here's the deal, Jay-Z. Not everybody is going to be willing to put too many credits in there. Some people are going to, if they really want an item, they might say, hey, I'll put 200 credits towards there, right? You have to look at the value and what's right for you. So that's going to determine it. But here's the cool thing. It doesn't matter if you're at 0.01 or if you're all the way at 5 BTC. you can win these items. It doesn't, that's what's cool about this, in my opinion. The package that you own and things like that, it doesn't matter. This is truly created for the masses. Now, there's going to be some people as well that become very, very good and strategic about participating in these auctions. Watch, it will happen. You will see people that all of a sudden they win a couple different items and you're like, how did they do that? It's because they took it seriously. They learned the business. They watched the auction very closely. Not everybody has time to do that. And then there'll be many people that just set their auto bidder just like I showed you, and they win it. So let me show you one other thing here, okay? I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, and we're gonna go to view all again. Give me another item other than the Xbox that you would like me to look at. The Mac, yep, everybody wants the Mac. All right, we're gonna look at the Mac. So I'm gonna try to get to these questions. Give me 1 second though, okay? Because I wanna show you all something, okay? You can see I have max bids now of 70. Does anyone know why I only have 70? Do you remember? Because I spent 30 on setting my auto bidder, right? Now, if you don't use those bids, they're credited back to you, okay? If your auto bidder is set and not all your bids are used, those will come back to you, and you can cancel an auto bidder at any time, okay? Just so you know that. And I'm gonna have to get in here and cancel these, just so I will do that after the call. But so here's the deal. The minimum price right now is $6.39. The maximum price on this Mac is $300. Does anyone have any idea what a 16-inch MacBook Pro cost? I'm on a MacBook right now, but it's a thin one. Yeah, about $3,600 to $4,000, right? It's a pretty good deal. So if someone has an opportunity to spend $300 to get one, and that's the max that they're going to get, that's pretty good value, right? So here's the deal. I'm going to show you what I'm showing you right now is I put the minimum price of $639. I didn't put it, it automatically calculated that. And I put the max price of $300, okay? And I'm going to set this at 70 bids. Actually, I'm going to set it at 69 just to show you an example, okay? I'm going to set my bidder. So right now, as you can see, I have an auto bidder on the Xbox and I have an auto bidder on the MacBook. I want both of those. That's the only reason why I would set an auto bidder on there. Is I want it. I want to either be able to sell it. I want to be able to give it to someone for the holidays, whatever it is, okay? It doesn't matter what you want it for. Everyone's going to want to participate in this. And we're going to create more and more auctions here for you to be able to do that. In fact, you guys heard me. We're actually going to be doing a car. Let me ask you, how many of you would like an opportunity to win an amazing car for literally pennies on the dollar? Hey, I'm with you, Paul. I want the fridge too. My wife wants the fridge. I'm telling you right now, my wife is a little bit irritated that I've put this up here and we don't have one. I'm just being honest with you, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, right? So here's the deal. Here's what I think that you guys should get from this. And you guys know, right? I mean, you get the feeling, obviously, that we're a pretty open company. We have conversations like this. I mean, I know we're not all face-to-face right now, but you can see that as a company, we want feedback from our members. So we most likely will be sending out some surveys where you guys can help us determine what type of items you would like to auction for. I had someone the other night say, hey, James, is there any way we could put some gold on here, like an actual gold coin that has actual value? I mean, that's not my wheelhouse. I never even heard or thought about that, right? So what I'm telling you, there's a lot of things out there that you guys might know about that people would want that I have no clue of, okay? So we're gonna be sending out some surveys and things like that. Let me ask you something, because everybody usually hates taking surveys. Would you be willing to do that? Would you be willing to take a survey? Just give me a number 2 if you'd be willing to do that. And help us with the items that you think we should bring to the table. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? So, you know, this is not just open right now. We obviously offer this to retail customers as well, that you guys can go out there and sell your credits to and earn 10%. Our retail sales are always good, right? Oh, Rodney. I'm not even going to address that question, Rodney. I see. You're just trying to make me blush right here in front of everybody. Yeah. So, James, great one. A cruise, travel. An Alaskan cruise, anything like that. I mean, we are going to create some amazing prizes that people are going to want, that you're going to want to participate in. The key thing of this training here today is I wanted to explain to you that right now, okay, get positioned right now with your credits, your tokens. If you think that you want to participate, get those tokens purchased, get those credits purchased. I'm going to take token out of my vocabulary. Get those credits purchased so you can be ready for tomorrow. And remember, when you set that auto bidder, right, it's only for the last 10 seconds. So it's not going to be pounding all those out. But remember, when you use the auto bidder, it does take the credits away from your balance. Now, if you don't use it, that's okay. You don't have to use it. But if you don't use all of these bids, it will credit it back to you. Okay, I want to be perfectly clear with that. So anyway, let me see this. One last question, comment. Is it possible that I could spend 200 credits, roughly 200, but not win? Yeah, it is possible. Yes, I mean, that is the way these auctions work. It is a game of chance, right? And it also becomes a game of skill as well. So there's a chance, right? There's a chance that you could do that. Just like in anything else, you know, we would encourage you to participate with what you will. But I'm telling you, so I'll just give you a really quick story, and then we'll answer any other questions before we wrap this up. Well, I had a call with our staff last night showing them exactly how these auctions work. And I was showing them like a couple other websites because obviously they can't participate in this one. And these people, I mean, it was hilarious. Like, they were so excited about this. I mean, they were like, how do we get to do this? I'm like, well, you have to do it with another company. But people get fired up about this. You know, being able to spend whatever, $10 or $15 on an item like a MacBook is life-changing to a lot of people. Now, here's the most important part, and Joel, I hope you stuck around for this one. This is something that is unique to our company, okay? Here's what's pretty cool. If you personally have someone that you sponsored that wins the auction, okay, so let's just say hypothetically this auction just in and Riding with Gary won, okay? If that happened, and let's say I personally sponsored Gary, since Gary won the auction, within 1 hour of the auction ending, I can also buy the same exact item for the maximum price. Did everybody hear that? If Gary would have won this item, and let's say it's at $300, okay, just hypothetically, it went all the way to the $300 max. So Gary is able to spend $300 on this MacBook Pro. Since I sponsored Gary personally, within 1 hour of the auction ending, I also could spend $300 and get this MacBook Pro. Did everybody catch that? Do you hear that? Do you know how awesome that is? There's no other auctions doing that. This is a very cool thing. It benefits you to work with your team, right? I mean, we're all about teamwork here. So this is a pretty cool thing. So, you know, you guys can work together. You guys can figure it out. I'm not going to give you any information, but you guys can figure this out, that it can be an awesome thing for you. That's right, Joel. You didn't actually put any of the credits in. I mean, I hate to use the word gamble because it's not necessarily gambling. You didn't put any of your own credits in. Someone actually won it who was on your team. If you wanted that item for the maximum price, we would give you 1 hour to be able to purchase it. Now, here's the deal, okay? We're just starting this, right? We're just getting this thing rolling. So all the intricate parts are not 100% on the communication. So what I'm saying is, when we get this thing rocking and rolling, the person that won the auction will obviously receive an email. Their sponsor is going to receive an email and say, hey, someone you personally sponsored just won the MacBook Pro. If you would like to purchase it for the maximum price of $300, here you go. Here's your opportunity. Pretty cool thing, right? Are we prepared for a critical mass? Great question, Patrick. Yeah, you know, I'm very comfortable. I always say this. I'm comfortable from a system standpoint. I'm not scared of the masses coming in. If you guys know anything about our company, being in business since really the end of July, paying commissions, doing those things, we've been able to pivot and do things that we needed to do and scale our company at a pace that I'm very, very comfortable with, right? So you look at our system, we just launched on October 1st, but if you look at our system compared to some companies that have been in business a year, we're way ahead of that curve. So the scalability of what we can do, I'm not concerned about, right? And we'll hire as many people as we need to facilitate what we have to here. I mean, there's no shortage of people that can assist with shipping or other things like that. But remember, a lot of these items will be able to be drop shipped where we're not going to have to actually put our hands on it. So it's a pretty cool thing, right? So any other questions? I want to make sure that you guys understand something. You literally have less than 24 hours to have your credits in your account to get your auto bidders ready. Now, also, there's also potentials. I'm big about trying to manage credits and stuff like that. Remember, there's also some potentials for some game of the weeks and things like that that are coming up. So just make sure to have some credits. Now, one other cool feature I want to show you before I answer any other questions that I have to show you. There's some of you out there that maybe you don't have Bitcoin to put in right this second for credits, but maybe you have some pending commissions, or you have your daily cab bonus that comes in. We've created a way, and this is kind of a bad example for an account, because if I was binary qualified, you would see a drop-down box just like this. So you can see my daily commission. I've chosen that to be credits. I also could choose it to be Bitcoin, right? And we've also created an option where we could choose the founder's circle. That should say circle, not credits. But here's my point in showing you this, okay? We want to give you as many opportunities as you possibly can to either take your BTC as it comes, right? Let it go straight to your blockchain like it always has. If you would like to use some of it for credits, if you'd like to use some of it for the founder circle, all those different things you have the option to do. So again, this is only on the cab bonus on this account, but if you're on the binary, you could do it as well. So listen, there's some of you that are at pretty decent levels where you're getting, you know, I don't know, 100 all the way up to like $600 a day just from your cab bonus. If you want to use a portion of that towards your credits to be able to participate in these, you could do that. You're always welcome just to purchase more credits as well. You can do that right here at the credit mark. We're going to change that name too. I don't like that name. But anyway, you can buy credits right here if you choose to. Just go to buy now. It shows you exactly how many credits you're going to get and how many you're buying. So I hope this makes sense to everybody. Let me go through the questions here really quickly, see if there's any questions, because I have a little bit of time. So I want to make sure to do that. Okay. So, oh, because I live in Portugal, imagine I won the Xbox, for example. I know it's a product in the US, will not work in Europe because of the electricity power. So here's the deal, Bruno. I don't know this for sure, but maybe you can tell me, do they not make Xboxes that have European outlets? If they do, I'm sure we can work something like that. There's obviously converters that you can use as well, because I've traveled in Europe and other countries many, many times that you can do that. So I'm sure that you could use a converter. Okay, awesome. Very pleased with the whole experience. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate it. Okay, so here's a question that a lot of people have been asking, and I can't give you anything right now, but here's what I'll tell you. So when you have someone inside of your business, so inside of your organization, they're an affiliate of this company and they purchase credits, there's not a commission that's paid at this time. Okay, there's no commission paid at this time. Not gonna say more than that. But if you sell it to a retail customer, right? If someone wants to participate just as a retail, because there's a lot of people that don't care about binary, they don't care about anything like that. If you sell to a retail customer, you get 10% on the credits that they buy. They don't show up in your binary. They don't, there's no fast start bonus. It's just a 10% across the board. So just know that, okay? Let's see here. Dean, the auto bid absolutely does not kick in till 10 seconds. That's right, Dean. Yeah, we don't want people auto bidding if they don't have to until it gets to that point. There's really just no need. But you definitely want to get it set up if you're not going to be in front of your computer. We don't want you to miss it. Patrick, too bad. Yeah. I hope everybody knows we do have the event in Toronto. I almost said Orlando, Toronto, this coming Saturday. It's going to be an awesome event. If you're anywhere that you can get to Toronto, please come. It's free of charge to be there. It's going to be an amazing time. All right. Any other questions? Vegas would be the next event. December 15th or 14th is what we're looking at there. So how do you explain the skill of being great at this? I think some of it comes with experience and patience. It's kind of difficult for me to say that because I'm not excellent at it. I would not be the one to teach you on that. I'm very familiar with these auctions. I've had experience in them in the past. And from my experience, what I've seen is that people who become very skillful at it are very patient at it. So I think some of it's going to be through trial and error. Here's the deal. I like playing in those type of things. I mean, I love that type of environment. Whether I win or lose is another thing. I always think I'm going to win because that's just the way my mind works. So I like participating, but there's definitely people that I believe do have skill sets that I don't in that. So, all right. Any other questions before we wrap this up? Let me ask you this. Did you get some value from this? Give me a number 8 if you got some value of this today and it helped you out. Dean, we do not have the hotel yet in Vegas. All right, awesome. I'm glad y'all got value from this. I really am. Bruno, we have a Portuguese translation that's being done, just so you know. That should help you out. Linda, here's the deal. In regards to our events, and this isn't just for Linda, it's for everyone. You know, if we can put 100 to 200 people in a room, we will make a commitment to come to your town, myself and my staff, to put on an event and work with the leaders to put on events. Okay, so just know that if that's something that you know, we can't come for like 20, 30 people. There needs to be a decent amount of people there, you know, for the expense of flying everybody there and things like that. But we're definitely into doing the live events. You got people on your team that aren't getting any of the emails. I would contact support, George. Make sure that, oh, that's Harry, sorry. Make sure that that they're checking their spam account as well. They want to add our email address to their inbox or to their contact so that it goes to their inbox. That should help. Yeah, George. So yeah, the true cost of anyone is the credits they use plus the max price, right? Yeah, so good one, Gary. As far as the text messages are concerned, I'm sure that we can implement Twilio or something into our system where we can actually send out text messages. Here's the crazy thing in this industry. So many people are, you know, so anonymous with everything. My question is, would anyone even put their phone number in to get the text? I would hope that some people would, but you would be shocked how many people out here will not actually give a phone number or a real name. Yeah, well, I'm not going to say that one. All right. Any other questions? Um, yeah, Bruno. I mean, we're not segregated just to the U.S. I mean, obviously, we're going to Canada, which I know that's still North America, but we have plans to go to Vietnam. We have plans to do a lot of different events. Oh, James, that's great to hear, man. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. God bless you too, Patrick. Yes, we definitely recorded this. The replay never goes away. We'll throw it up on YouTube. And we will get this out ASAP. Okay, this thing will be done recording here in just a minute, and we'll get it out on an email and on Telegram. If you haven't followed us on Telegram, I don't know if you can still see my screen right here. It says join us on Telegram. Make sure to do that. That's a great way to get instant information. Y'all are definitely welcome. Okay, well, cool. We're going to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody taking the time in the middle of the day to be here. I know there's a lot of people that can't be, so we did record it. Like I said, we'll get it out on Telegram and email ASAP. Remember, we have an overview call tonight that we'll be talking. And here's the deal. It's going to be a little bit of a different overview call. I felt like there was some value in what we did on the last overview call. You know, we didn't do like we normally do with the PowerPoint, but I think people got to feel a little bit about who we are. So we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we just talked about, but we're also going to show different opportunities that they have inside of our company and talk about the comp plan and things like that. So remember, 9 o'clock tonight, we'll send out the link on that as well. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to come out. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. These calls are out. See y'all.